So, if you are thinking of importing used phones or used iPhones in bulk from China to flip them for profit, this video is going to be very helpful to you. So, this video is basically a checklist on how you can find the right iPhones to buy, or how you can buy bulk iPhones from China or any online marketplace without getting scammed. My name is Goodnoel, and I've created a lot of videos around how you can buy used iPhones or even used gadgets and basically flip them for profit. But people always ask me, or people have issues with, if these phones are actually legitimate phones, if they are not stolen phones, if these phones are actually original or clone phones and stuff like that. And these questions are actually very, very valid. So in this video, I want to address some of the issues you would have and how you can go about these issues, or how you can get the best deals, the best iPhones and stuff like that. And this video is not just for iPhones. This video is basically for when you want to buy anything used, like even cars, gadgets, and all of that. So this is going to be tailored towards iPhones, because this is basically the kind of content I've made for a while. So first, you need to understand how the phone market works, because people like to think that all the phones you get from China would be stolen phones, and I do not have the data to back it up or anything like that. I am not into law enforcement or anything like that, but it is just not possible for you to have a multi-million-dollar industry like used product market to just be funded by stolen items alone. So the way phones work is, people use phones for a while, they get bored of it, they return it. People can actually change their phones. For instance, by September or October, the new iPhone will come out, and people are going to want to buy these phones. So what do they do to their old phones? Because these phones are so expensive that people cannot afford to have the both of them or the both models at the same time. So they just have to discard the one they have and get something else. All right. So the iPhone market, or the used phone market, is a very legitimate market. And what you have to do is to make sure that you are buying from legitimate sellers, so you don't sell stolen things or bad things. So for instance, I have this phone here. When we talk about iPhones, or when we talk about used phone, we are not just talking about iPhones. For instance, I have this Motorola phone here. This is a used phone, and you can see how clean it is. So everything here works. And this is also a Xiaomi phone. Again, this is a used phone, and again, everything works. So I'm not really an iPhone guy, so I don't use an iPhone or anything like that. But this is just to let you know that the market is actually quite large enough. And if you have fears about if these things are actually real or not, so that this can actually help you be at ease and understand that this is a legitimate global business. So with that out of the way, let me give you my checklist if you want to buy iPhones. I'm making this video again exclusively for iPhones, but each of these steps will also be relevant if you wanted to buy any phone, even if there are any of these ones, or any model or any make at all that you want to buy. So the first thing is, if you are going to buy used iPhone, the first step is actually, because you are buying this in bulk, the first step is to actually find reliable sellers. And on Alibaba, which is the website I've been talking about, there are a lot of websites where you can buy used phones. I just prefer Alibaba because you have a lot of inventory, a lot of sellers, and because of course it's in China and the prices are usually much better. But if you come to Alibaba and then you search for, let's say we search for bulk used iPhones, we have the option to filter the sellers. All right, so we can filter the sellers based on what we want. All right, so if you come to suppliers here, suppliers of these phones, you can select them using stuff like trade assurance. Trade assurance simply means that Alibaba is going to protect your orders. This helps you eliminate scams. All right, so I'm not going to tell you that they don't have scams here. They have scams. All right, they have scams. So If you select trade assurance, you can see suppliers who would accept trade assurance. And the ideology is very simple. If a seller accepts to accept trade assurance, it simply means they trust what they are selling. All right. So as you can see, for instance, we already have somebody here who has done more than $1.1 million in sales in 4 years, and they are verified. You can see they have ratings. This is their business, and you already see that you can do further research and verify these phones, and you have one good seller already. So you want to do extensive research, so you want to verify them. It's simple. Verify them on Alibaba. There's another website called Made in China. I don't use that a lot, or Global Sources. So I'm just doing this for Alibaba. All right. So you look for suppliers with trade assurance. So that's just what I just showed you here. So these suppliers, they can accept trade assurance. So you just have to scroll. There are a lot of them. All right. There are a lot of them. So if you've selected that, if you found this kind of sellers, you can add ratings. All right. But the reason why I don't take ratings seriously is because this is a B2B marketplace. And in most cases, people don't really give ratings on B2B marketplaces. So most ratings are usually done on B2C marketplaces. But if you wanted to add ratings, you can say maybe 4 and above, or even 4.5. And then it's going to display sellers who already have ratings for you, or who already have ratings. As you can see, these guys, they have 88 or reviews, 27 and all of that. All right. So this is the first step. Once you've decided on the kind of phones you want to buy, or the model of phones you want to buy, you want to do that. So once you've done that, you are going to ask for videos, references, and sample IMEI number. And of course, you want to first of all buy these phones in very few quantities. So if you come here, you notice that some of these products already themselves, they will provide you with videos already. All right, so I'm just going to try to open one of them. So let's just open from these guys who are at the top. So let me just click on this. So when you open the product themselves, they will show you video. For instance, this is a video. So I'm just going to play this video briefly so you see that this is a video. So they are going to show you a video of what you are trying to buy. So you can see that's the video right there. So they are going to put it on, they are going to turn on the camera and all of that. Of course, this is not enough for you to verify, and we are going to cover some other things that you need to do here. Or you can ask for videos. You don't be scared. You ask for whatever you want, and they would gladly, at least the trusted sellers will gladly provide you with the information that you need. All right. So that's the first step. All right. Also, let's go to the second step. The second thing that you have to be aware of if you want to do this kind of business, or if you want to import this kind of used phones, especially in bulk. So if you ask for videos, you use the videos to gauge how clean they are. So you also need to know the grade. So there are different grading for phones. For instance, this phone is actually very clean and it can pass for new. This one is also very clean. It can pass for new. So there are some you get that would have some kind of scratches, level of scratches and all of that. Again, how used phones work is that people can return their phones, people sell their phones and all of that. So if these phones, if they have faults or damages, they have to repair them. So these companies, they fix these phones if they have issues, and if they do not have issues, they simply clean it and resell it. All right. So there are different grades. So the grade A means it's very clean and is almost new. The grade B means that it has some minor scratches or dents, but not so serious. Grade C simply means it's very heavy and the screen and other things would probably be bad. So for instance, if you come here, you can see we have grade 1, which is almost new. They are telling us that the phone here is almost new. So if you click on it, you see that they have just this grade. So they can have multiple grades and they will show you or they will list them accordingly. So again, always ask for video or pictures showing the grade levels by the supplier, because of course this is a sales game and people can lie just to make sales. So you have to ask questions. The good ones are happy to provide everything that you want. So ask questions. You also want to check the battery health. So the good thing with iPhones is that there's a way you can check for the battery health, and you should ask for a minimum of 85%. Again, if you come to this video, some of them can play this video and then they will show you everything that you want to see. All right, they will show you everything that you want to see. They will show you the battery health and all of that. So let's check if these guys will show us the battery health, or if they will show. So you can see they are showing you the IMEI number so that you can go and verify it, or the serial number and all of that. So they can show you the battery health, and to find the battery health is very simple. You can go on a video call with them on WhatsApp, on Zoom, wherever. They are ready to service you, all right? So they can do this. To just do it is simple. You go to settings. The iPhone has somewhere where you can check your battery health, and anything from 85% is okay. If it is less than 80, that means you might need to change the battery in the future, and this can be a negotiating tip or advantage for you. So you want to specify, because after you are done, you have to create a contract. So of course you can tell them you don't want dead batteries or batteries that are below 80%. If the batteries are below 80%, you can use that to negotiate to get the better deal. So this is also important. Ensure that the iCloud are unlocked, because if the iCloud is locked, people cannot use the phone. All right, so it must be unlocked, and not just unlocked, it also has to be factory unlocked so that it can work with different networks around. All right, so you can also ask if the Find My Phone is off. All right, and also check the email status to show if it is blacklisted or not. And to check this, you just want to go to this website. This website is from Apple. So this website is from Apple. You can just going to open the link. So this is what the website is going to look like. So this, as you can see, this is an Apple official website. So this gives you the option to check your phone. So they are going to give you the IMEI number or the serial number from here. So if you come here, you notice that this one was trying to show us the serial number. So you can basically ask them for it, and they are going to give it to you somewhere here. Some of them display it in the video, and all you have to do is just copy it, and then you just come here, paste it, and pass this captcha, and then submit. Apple is going to tell you if this phone is from them or not. All right, so we have that sorted. Let's go to the next thing. Of course, you want to ask the supplier if everything has been tested, like the touch screen, the cameras. They can also test the camera and the screen. You want to check if the screen has some faults. All right, you want to check if the screen has some faults. And then the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, the SIM and the network. The SIM and the network is also very important. The Face ID, the Touch ID, the microphone, the speakers. They are going to extensively test all these things for you, because they also know what is involved. All right, so you also want to request for quality control. So some of them, they actually allow third-party people to check this phone, so they have good quality control. You also want to check or ask for the packaging accessories that will come with this phone. So some would come with aftermarket or third-party market accessories, like chargers, like even headphones and all of that. So these are just to bump up the value for you, just so you can buy. All right, so you want to know if they include the chargers, if it comes with a box, or if there are cables. Also ask how many iPhones can fit into one carton for shipping purposes. So shipping is actually a very important part of this business. All right, so I'm going to talk about shipping briefly, but before then, you already know we already know what the grades look like. And here I just want to talk about um, how the grading works for you if you want to sell these phones. Of course, the grade A iPhones, they will always have the higher resale value because they are clean. They are basically like new, so they will cost more. The grade B is they are not as clean as new, but they are not also very dirty. So you can this is usually the sweet spot because the phones would be very, very new, and then people can actually buy them. The grade C is risky because it can have some issues that you might need to fix, all right, but they can be very cheap, and if the issues are not as major, then you can also be profitable. So the sweet spot is grade B because the price would be okay to give you room for your own profit, all right. So you want to compare prices across different sellers. So here we have different sellers that you can cross check. So you can see other businesses that are recommended for the phones. You go through it, you see their minimum orders, you go through it and you compare the prices. So let's talk about how to actually pay for this product, because payments and shipping is going to determine if you are going to be profitable or not. So the first step is, if you want to pay, you can use trade assurance on Alibaba. Again, what the trade assurance does is this. So if I wanted to buy these phones here, all I can do is just select the phone. So let's say I want to buy these phones here. I can basically send my inquiries, and after my inquiries have been answered, I can just proceed to pay. So I can say, let's say I want to buy maybe two units, all right, and then I can ask my inquiries. As you can see here, you can ask what is the serial number, any cosmetics damage, is there a warranty topic, and all of that. So let's say I'm asking for the is there cosmetics, is there a warranty number, and all of that. I can send my inquiries and they are going to get back to me. All right. So they are going to get back to me. And once they get back to me and I'm satisfied, there will be a payment link for me. This is basically how these guys want to operate. For others, you can just outrightly pay directly and just have it shipped. So now, as you can see, this is another seller and they are ready to show you how the phone works. They are testing out the phone for you to see the condition and what it looks like. Of course, you still have to do your own research, but you can see the phone. So they can also turn this phone on. All right. You can also turn this phone on and press this or pray this phone. As you can see, they go to camera, you can tell them to do a selfie camera and all of that. They can go to the about phone, they can go to the battery and all of that for you. Again, if you wanted to buy, you can just click on send inquiry, or you can chat with them. And once you have an agreement, they are going to generate a payment link on this page. So don't go outside of this page, at least for now. So they are going to create a payment link directly depending on the quantity you want to buy and the prices you have agreed on buying. For some other sellers, you can just pay outrightly on what they've listed, but these things can be negotiated. So you can pay on Alibaba using your credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and a whole lot of options. You can pay through Western Union, but you should not do that because it wastes a lot of time. So what you can do is pay directly with your card, or if you're a Nigerian, you would need your shipping agent to pay for you because it will be faster that way. To be faster because they have the account in China, and all you have to do is you send them Naira and they are going to help you make this payment. So you need to find a trusted shipping agent in Nigeria that will do that for you. I personally have a list of the ones we've used. They are in the description of this video. However, you can find your own shipping agents. You can go to Google, search for them, read about them. If you feel they are trustworthy, you ask them if they can help you ship phones from China. They say yes, you can then transact with them. All right. So that's basically how you do your shipping. If you want to use DHL, UPS, they are there, FedEx, but they are just too expensive and not profitable. So don't even use that, especially as a Nigerian or as an African. It just doesn't help you in any way. So this is just a tip. Use an agent in China to inspect the goods before you ship them. So your shipping agent they can help you with this. So they can help you inspect the phones before they ship them. All right. So if the phones are bad, they can send them back to the sellers before they leave China. So because once they leave China, sending them back would be difficult for you. So red flags, if they are too cheap, that means it will be bad. If they don't give you sample options, that's a turn off. They refuse to do video calls or they sample the testing like this person is happily doing here, then it's going to be a turn off. If the seller won't sign contract to prove that everything they are doing is okay, then you shouldn't deal with them. So these are some of the things that you need to pay attention to if you want to buy used phones in bulk from China without getting scammed. I hope this video has been able to clarify some things, some doubts that you had, and some things that you did not know. If you have any questions, you can ask me in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer your questions. My name is Good Noel. I'll see you in my next video. And if this video has helped you, then like the video, subscribe, and until next time, bye bye.